Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Chayam Mudhirayet Nashta Prayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam 1.15.28. Sutta Uvacha Evam Chintayato Jishnu Krishna Pada Saroruham Sauhardena Tigadhena Shanta Shiddi Vimalamati. Word by word meaning. Sutta Uvacha, Sutta Goswami said, Evam, thus, Chintayataha, while thinking of the instructions, Vishnu, of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna Pada, the feet of Krishna, Saroruham, resembling lotuses, Sauhardena, by dear friendship, Ati Gadhena, in great intimacy, Shanta, pacified, Asid, it so became, Vimala, without any tinge of material contamination, Mati, mind. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Suta Goswami said, thus, being deeply absorbed in thinking of the instructions of the Lord, which were imparted in the great intimacy of friendship, and in thinking of his lotus feet, Arjuna's mind became pacified and free from all material contamination. Purport: since the Lord is absolute, deep meditation upon him is as good as yogic trance. The Lord is not different from his name, form, qualities, pastimes, entourage, and specific actions. Arjuna began to think of the Lord's instructions to him on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Only those instructions began to eliminate the tinges of material contamination in the mind of Arjuna. The Lord is like the sun. The sun's appearance means immediate dissipation of darkness or ignorance, and Lord's appearance within the mind of the devotee can at once drive away the miserable material effects. Lord Chaitanya has therefore recommended constant chanting of the name of the Lord for protection from all contamination of the material world. The feeling of the separation from the Lord is undoubtedly painful to the devotee, but because it is in connection with the Lord, it has specific transcendental effect which pacifies the heart. Feeling of separation are also sources of transcendental bliss, and they are never comparable to contaminated material feelings of separation. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yudapadikamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitam Shahe Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Shri Radha Kanta Namastate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Pancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhye Patitanam Pavnibhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Ukam karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim yatpatamam vande Shri Guru Ditaranam Paramanandam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram. Hare Krishna. So today's shloka we see that Arjuna was disturbed all this while, but today's shloka we see that he is a little pacified. He is feeling a little better because he is remembering the instructions of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So before this shloka we see that Arjuna is remembering Krishna's all mercy and blessings which Krishna has showered on Arjuna and his entire family. He remembers all the wonderful pastimes which Krishna has, which Krishna has experienced with all these, which Arjuna has experienced with the association of Lord Sri Krishna. He remembers the situation when Arjuna and his brothers were living in forest, and how Krishna made that forest also a blissful experience. He also recalls the situation where a lot of sages, I think in the association of Durvasa Muni, a lot of sages had gathered, and Pandavas had nothing at their house to receive them. But just because of the mercy of Lord Sri Krishna, they all felt satisfied. The hunger vanished for them, and not only for them, the entire universe became satisfied. So that was the blessing of Krishna. And he remembers like that multiple instances how, because of the association of Lord Sri Krishna, all his efforts were successful. Arjuna recalls that he has got the same Gandiva, same bow and arrow. But when Krishna was there, this bow and arrow was very, very powerful and effective. And when Krishna is not there, then he was not able to, even win over simple tribals. So that is the power of association of the Lord, and that is the power of association of Lord Sri Krishna, which Arjuna has experienced, and which we devotees also experience when Krishna is with us, when Krishna is in our life. The day Krishna is not with us, we feel very morose, we feel very down, we don't feel any enthusiasm because Krishna is not there. So when Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was having a discussion with Ramananda Raya on the banks of Godavari. So he asked Ramananda Raya that, what is the biggest risk for a devotee? What is the biggest challenge for a devotee? And Ramananda Raya replies that the biggest challenge is the devotees do not have association, of other devotees, or devotees going away from Krishna is something which is the greatest fear of a devotee. If devotees are with other devotees, then they are not worried at all. See, the job of devotee is always to chant Hare Krishna. Whether he goes to heaven, he will chant Hare Krishna. Whether he goes to hell, he will go and chant Hare Krishna. Whether the devotee is rich, he will chant Hare Krishna, or the devotee is very poor, he will still chant Hare Krishna. So the main purpose of the devotional life is to always remember Krishna and think of Krishna. So I remember a very nice advertisement which used to come on the TV. They were advertising about the leaking roof. So there was one person, and his father or mother, I think somebody is dying. So what he does, he keeps adding multiple zeros in the checks so that he can get a lot more money, from 10,000 to 1 lakh, 1 lakh to 1 crore. He adds a lot of zeros to the check. And the moment this person dies, the person's father or mother who had written the check, the person dies. So what happens that point of time? He's happy. Okay, yes, he has at least got his signature, and he has got that the amount extended in the check. But when he is looking at the check, suddenly what happens? There is a leaking roof, and from the rooftop there is a water drop which falls into the check amount. And what happens? The very first digit of the check, which is written one and multiple zeros, so that one goes away. It gets washed off on the check because the roof was leaking and there was a drop which comes and falls onto the number one, and the one is gone. Then the entire check amount is, it is zero. It has got no value now. The same check which he was thinking it is very much valuable, just in a second the value of the check is lost. Why? Because that one is lost. So Prabhupada says that Krishna is that one in front of the zeros. If Krishna is not there, then whatever opulences somebody has got, it is as good as zero. It has got no value. If Krishna is not there and somebody is putting a lot of efforts, that effort is zero. It is called Shram Eva Hi Kevalam. It is not going to give any benefit to those individuals. I remember a very nice incident which happened to a cricketer called Ajay Jadeja. So Ajay Jadeja, he was going in a flight, and in that flight, Radhanath Swami Maharaj was also going. So normally we see that when the cricketers are going in the flight, so they always have, this thing that people will come and put garlands for them because they are winning team, or they are the cricket team of India. So Ajay Jadeja was going in the flight, and in the same flight, Radhanath Swami Maharaj was also there. So Ajay Jadeja noticed that there is some sadhu and things like that, but did not give much attention to Radhanath Swami. So when the flight landed in Mumbai, and Ajay Jadeja was coming out of the flight, he noticed that there are a lot of people. They are coming, they are coming to with the garland. So Ajay Jadeja was happy. Okay, fine. These people are going to put garland on me. So he was walking, nicely. He was walking in front, and these devotees they ran and came and they just ignored Ajay Jadeja, and they go and then they garlanded Radhana Swami Maharaj. At that point of time, Ajay Jadeja realized, "Arey, I'm not so important, and who is this person who is so important? Then people are ignoring me and putting garland on him." So he goes to Radhanath Swami Maharaj and takes his blessings. So he takes his blessings and Radhanath Swami Maharaj blesses him. So after some time, Ajay Jadeja was caught in match fixing and he was removed from the cricket. So Gauranga Das Prabhu, he nicely explains, he says that, it was a mercy which was given by Radhanath Swami Maharaj because Ajay Jadeja was doing Shram Evahi Kevalam. He was just, playing cricket and, wasting his valuable human life. So by the mercy of Radhanath Swami Maharaj, he got an opportunity that he was caught in match fixing and he had the opportunity to utilize his life, in the right manner. But I don't know how further he utilized that. But yes, the point is that if you are doing everything and Krishna is not there, then it is a big zero. It has got no value, which can be added. So this was one example which I remembered. And now proceeding with the purport in this purport, Prabhupada is talking about how, when Krishna is physically not present with us, Krishna is still present in the form of his name, and Krishna is transcendental. So we cannot say the name has got no powerful effect. The name also has got same power as as Krishna is physically present. So Prabhupada is writing in this purport. He says that this is our Krishna consciousness movement, and if we constantly engage our mind in thinking of the lotus feet of Krishna, that is very important. So in this shloka also, if you see, there is a term which says Pad Saruruham, which means lotus feet of Krishna, lotus feet of Krishna. So it is very important that we cannot always directly think of the face of Krishna. We have to start practicing thinking of the lotus feet of Krishna. So Prabhupada further writes that you cannot think of Krishna all of a sudden on the top. This is the process. And Prabhupada says that Srimad Bhagavatam first canto and second canto are the lotus feet of Krishna, which we are going through currently. So once we read first canto, second canto, and like that, gradually we go to the 10th canto and then 11th and 12th canto. So the process is that we have to start practicing remembering the lotus feet of Krishna. So as soon as we begin to think of lotus feet of Krishna, what happens? It is called um, the mind immediately becomes pacified. Like Arjuna, when he is saying now that he now, because he is able to remember the instructions which were given by Krishna to Arjuna, because he is thinking those instructions, so he's become peaceful. And just remember, prior to that, he was very upset. He was feeling very difficult because now Krishna was not there. So this is a lesson for all the devotees that even though Krishna is not physically present, but it doesn't mean that Krishna is not with us. Krishna is always, always with us, and he is ready to reciprocate. The point is, how much are we, reciprocating with Krishna? How much time are we spending to remember Krishna? Krishna has given this shloka in Bhagavad Gita two times, which says, Man mana bhavo mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. Once in ninth chapter and once again in 18th chapter, Krishna is saying, always man mana, always engage your mind upon me. But what is our mind is doing? Our mind is thinking so many other things. It is thinking about money. It is thinking about opposite gender. It is thinking about sense gratification. It is thinking about eating nice food. It is thinking about roaming across here, there, everywhere, wasting our time. So mind is thinking about so many things. So I remember Amog Lila Das Prabhu, he says, Man mana means you say no to your man. Man ko mana karna. That is called man mana. So he says, Man mana bhava mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. So that is how we have to tell our mind. See, at times we say that, okay, we are in Krishna consciousness, we will become pure, and when the right time comes, then Krishna will reveal. We are chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, things will become fine. But Prabhupada writes that, until unless we make our endeavor, it is not going to happen. See, Krishna has given us that free will, and Krishna sees that that free will still has that propensity to enjoy. Yeah, until unless we don't go and pray to Krishna in front of his deities in Vigraha, that my dear Lord, I am so stupid that I'm always thinking of sense gratification. But now I'm standing in front of you and I'm making a prayer that please, please engage me in your service and please remove these lusty thoughts from my mind. Until unless a devotee is constantly praying to Guru and Krishna this particular prayer, then till then this process is going to take long time. So we also have to put our endeavor, and then we have to depend on Krishna. Like a student, until unless the student doesn't study and the student says, I want to depend on Krishna, things will not work. In the same manner, a sadhak, devotee, a bhakta has to make his own endeavors and then depend on Krishna, and then things will work fine. Prabhupada, right, in this, was listening to a lecture, Prabhupada was talking about Bhagavad Gita 5.5.29. He says, we are seeking after friends who can give me some benefit, who can give me some peace of mind. We are reading so many books. We are consulting so many philosophers, scientists. We are searching for peace of mind. But we are forgetting our real friend. Who is our real friend? Bhagavad Gita 5.29. It says very clearly, Bhaktaram Yagnatapsam Sarvalok Maheshwaram Suhridam Sarvabhutanam. That is the point. Suhridam Sarvabhutanam Yatpa Mam Shantim Achati. When you want peace of mind, you're not going to get peace of mind by going to an astrologer. You're not going to get a peace of mind when you're talking to a philosopher. You're not going to get a peace of mind when you are discussing some subject matter with a scientist. You're not going to get peace of mind when you're reading some material karmi books, which is written by sub karmi in the name of so many things, hidden truths, secrets, whatnot. You're not going to get, nobody is going to get that benefit, that peace of mind. It can be temporarily some relief, because in this material world things are temporary, so temporary relief can also come. But if you are looking for the complete peace of mind, if you're looking for the joy which never ends, then that joy can come to us when we are remembering Krishna all the time. That is man mana bhava mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. And that joy is going to come to us when we, that peace of mind can come to us when we are following Bhagavad Gita 5.29, Bhoktaram Yagnatas Tapasam Sarvalok Maheshwaram, Suhridam Sarvabhutanam Jnatman Mam Shanti Machati. That is very, very important, because remember, Krishna is our real friend. I'm sure many devotees would have realized this point, that Krishna is our real friend, correct? Sometimes we think my friend is my real friend, or sometimes we think my girlfriend is my real friend. Sometimes we think that, okay, my family members, my relatives are real friends. No, they are not our real friends. When that situation comes, we will realize. And many times people have realized that nobody is ours, only God is ours. This is what people have realized. So this is the point, that we have to remember always that we are dependent on Krishna, and our real friend who is always with us all the time. When we are human body, Krishna is with us. When we are in animal body, Krishna is with us. When we are in aquatic body, Krishna is with us. When we are in hell, Krishna is with us. When we are in heaven, Krishna is with us. Krishna never ever leaves us, and that is why Krishna is our real friend. And that is something which we have to always remember. And it is not a blind faith. It should be thought with that intelligence, that Krishna is our real friend. So I remember there was a nice skit which was done in our temple, where they spoke about an incident where all the body parts, they go on strike, because eyes was thinking that they are looking into things, they are helping hands to procure things and provide to the stomach, and stomach is always enjoying. This is what they were always thinking, that stomach is always the enjoyer. But they forget that if the stomach is not fed, then the finger, the hand, the legs, the eyes, everything is going to suffer badly. That is the thing. So that was a very nice skit, and Prabhupada also mentions in his purports that finger is always happy when it is attached to the body. So finger may not be happy if it is not attached, if it becomes detached from the body. So that is the point we have to remember. And one more example Prabhupada gives, that when we're talking about aeroplane, a small bolt in the aeroplane has got its value until unless it is attached to the aeroplane, but it loses all its value if it is not attached to the aeroplane. So that is a point. Prabhupada says that if you forget Krishna, then it is not an intelligence. See, currently we see there are so many societies. So there are so many things which are happening. There are industrialists, there are agriculturalists, there are general workers, there are diplomats, politicians. There are so many people, and they are thinking that they are very intelligent, right? I don't say they are not intelligent, but yes, Prabhupada writes. He says that if you forget Krishna, then this intelligent class of men, this administrative class, this productive class of men, worker class of men, they're all useless. They're all useless because Prabhupada says that by your intelligence you cannot find out with whom you are intimately related. Then what is the value of your intelligence? Prabhupada is saying that if you cannot find out that you are not this body, you are the spirit soul. If you cannot find out that you are taking life, rebirth time and again, if you cannot find out that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, then what is the use of your intelligence? Your value of intelligence is zero. People might appear very intelligent. When we go to our offices, we see some senior management coming with a nice, coat, jacket, and with a lot of glow on the face. They talk a lot of, philosophies, a lot of things about hard work. They talk about so many things about particular projects which they have managed, and they appear to be very intelligent. Even we feel, okay, this person is very intelligent. But if they've not understood their connection with Krishna, then they are not intelligent, because all that which they have got, it is going to be lost very soon. So what is that intelligence? Prabhupada says that that kind of intelligence even a dog has got, straightforward. Why? Because the dog understands where is something to eat, where is the facility to mate. So the dog has that eating, sleeping, mating, and defending propensity. We see that eagles flying in the sky very high, and they are always, looking into the food stuff what they can eat. So they are always focusing on the food and utilizing their intelligence for eating. So if we are also doing the same thing for eating, sleeping, mating, and defending, then our intelligence has got not much value. We have not done much good to ourselves, good to society. Nothing we have done. So Prabhupada says that this Krishna consciousness movement, we are trying to utilize the intelligence to find out the supreme cause, the supreme with whom we are intimately related, because we are part and parcel of Krishna. So this is the example that Krishna consciousness movement is designed in such a manner that we can always remember, we can always understand, that who we are, from where we are coming, from where we have to go. So that is very important. So Prabhupada says that if you are utilizing our intelligence only for sense gratification, then it is not a very good thing. See, in the olden days, some of the thoughts of the day which Prabhupada's thoughts comes. I was reading. So Prabhupada used to mention that in the olden days, the ladies used to grind fresh. If they want atta, then they used to grind fresh wheat. In the similar manner, various other things. So it was giving good exercise to them, and they were eating fresh. The entire family was eating fresh, and as the time progressed, the scientists, they have designed so many things. Even in the professional life, we see when mobile phone was not there, when telephone was not there. So people used to go to office and work for particular number of hours and come back, and that's it. The job is done. But as the technology advanced, I'm talking about the intelligence which is not Krishna conscious intelligence, which is only towards getting things done in the material world. So people discovered mobile phone, telephone, they discovered WhatsApp. And nowadays we see that, our bosses, they have created a lot of groups on the WhatsApp. And all they have to do is at whatever point of time they want to send a communication to the team, they can just send a message to the WhatsApp that, guys, we want to do this, and this. And now we cannot escape that. We cannot avoid that. We will have to do the needful. Now we have got this work from home facility. So earlier we used to go to office and come back home peacefully, whatever time. But now suddenly there will be a call. Okay, there is a great call which is going to happen. It's a very important business call. Whatever it is night 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock. I want you to be a part of that call because it is very important for your career progression. So when they say, they'll say like that, we also, okay, fine, we think, okay, fine, I think it is important. So we also join those calls and waste our time and, disturb our schedule. So the point I'm trying to make here is that, that intelligence, which is not used for the purpose of Krishna consciousness, then it is the waste intelligence, because it is only going to create trouble for us. It is only going to create difficulties for us. So that intelligence must be utilized for the service of the Lord. And here Arjuna is saying one very important thing, that Krishna, whatever instructions Krishna has given, that instructions, when I'm remembering, when I'm recalling, so those instructions are making my heart peaceful. So this is very important. When Arjuna in that situation also could become peaceful, so now we can also become peaceful. Prabhupada says that Arjuna is feeling that I am the same Arjuna. I am the same Arjuna who fought in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. I was known as a great warrior, and now my bow is the same bow, and my arrow is the same arrow, but now it is useless. So because Krishna is not there, it is useless. But at the same time, we say that we see that we see that Arjuna is remembering Krishna's instructions, and then he says that I am feeling peaceful. He says that he says that there is no more disturbance, and Arjuna is peaceful. So this is very important. Prabhupada, in the end, I will just read out this point from Prabhupada lecture. He says, and if you keep yourself fixed up in that position, then even the heaviest type of calamities, you will not be disturbed. That is peace. That is peace, not that little pinching you are disturbed. If you are actually fixed up in Krishna consciousness, you will not be disturbed in the greatest form of dangerous condition. And that is the perfection of Krishna consciousness. So a quick recap of what we have discussed. We talked about how Arjuna was, remembering all the mercy which Krishna has showered on Arjuna and his entire family. And then Arjuna, in the end, he says that he is feeling peaceful, because now he is he's remembering the instructions which were provided by Krishna in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. And we also see Prabhupada has written in a lot of lectures that until unless our intelligence is not used to fixed our connection with Krishna, that then that intelligence is of no use. We might be, thinking that I'm doing a lot of things, but if it is not in connection with Krishna, then it is same as that check which has got multiple zeros, but there is no one in front of that. So it is as good as all the zeros. So this is the important point which we have to understand. And not only understand, we need to preach this point, because when we preach, we understand well. And we don't have to preach only by giving classes. We have to preach by our actions. We have to preach by our thinking process. We have to preach by our, acting in the immediate family. And Prabhupada stresses upon this point that man mana bhavo mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. We have to start thinking of Krishna. Even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Kirtanaya Sada Hari. And yesterday also we heard in the class, in the Srimad Bhagavatam class, which is given by Shamkund Prabhuji. So he said that, when Satyaraj asked this question to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that who is the Vaishnava? And then he replies, one who always chants the holy name of the Lord is a Vaishnava. So it is very important that not only our 16 rounds, always keep chanting, and always keep remembering Krishna. Because the moment we do not remember Krishna, we are going to remember some stupid activities, which is going to take away our Krishna consciousness from us. So with this, I would like to give a pause here. If I have committed any mistakes, I would like to seek forgiveness. If you have any questions, you can unmute and you can ask your questions. If you have any comments also, you can please make any comments. Hare Krishna.